Thank you. Further debate, the member from Guelph.
Thank you, Speaker. I'm happy to rise today on third reading of Bill 136, the Provincial Animal Welfare Services Act. As a longtime advocate for stronger animal welfare protection in Ontario, I want to thank the animal welfare advocates, humane societies and others who have advocated so strongly for changes to Ontario's animal welfare laws. In the spring, when it looked like there was going to be a gap and a void in animal welfare protection and enforcement in Ontario, hundreds of my constituents in Guelph reached out to me to make sure that we had rules in place and legislation in place so that animals are protected in Ontario. And I just want to acknowledge a couple of my constituency staff are in the gallery today, Brandy and Ran, who received many of those emails and phone calls and letters and passed that information along to me so I could advocate here in the House that legislation be passed to cover that gap. And I especially want to thank the work of the Guelph Humane Society's Executive Director, Adrian McBride, who gave me the information and the inspiration to ask the government questions and to advocate for action to assure that we avoid any gaps in services in the spring. And so I want to acknowledge that the Solicitor General did bring forward Bill 117, which this legislature passed in June to provide a stopgap solution after the January 2nd, 2019 ruling by Justice Mamiya, essentially getting rid of our existing animal welfare laws and really precipitating the need for us to act quickly. I wish the government had actually done it on their own, but thankfully enough pressure was put on the government that the Solicitor General did come forward with that bill. And I was pleased to see that Bill 136 has come forward now to provide a more permanent solution. Because, Speaker, we need to keep moving forward with changes because Ontario needs a robust, public, well-funded enforcement system to protect animals to be in place. Not an outdated system that relied on a private charity, not subject to Freedom of Information laws or even the Police Services Act. So, Speaker, Ontario needs a strong enforcement system to send a signal that our government agrees with citizens across this province that animals matter and that ensuring their protection is an important public value. And it's clear from the letters and the phone calls and emails I've received that people across Ontario do not want to see animals mistreated. People want a more humane province for animals, a province where animal welfare enforcement is strong and transparent. And Bill 136 is a step forward to strengthen animal welfare legislation in Ontario. It's an especially important step that this bill ensures that enforcement of animal cruelty laws is under public jurisdiction, not private charity. That it addresses transparency and accountability concerns that many animal welfare advocates have, because this is important to promote public confidence that the Act will be fairly and impartially administered. It's an important step that this bill increases enforcement and penalties. And it's good that the Solicitor General has indicated that additional resources will be provided for this, because the only way for this bill to work is that adequate funding and adequate resources are in place to provide for training and enforcement. And if I could quote Animal Justice in their submission to committee, quote, "For this new law to make a real difference in the lives of animals, animal welfare inspectors will need adequate funding to do their job safely and effectively. Much of the promise of the new law comes in the form of regulations, and I urge the government to move quickly to pass those regulations," end quote. And I agree. We are going to need some regulations pretty quick, and we're going to need some strong regulations. During second reading, Speaker, I offered some suggestions for strengthening animal welfare laws even more in Ontario. And those suggestions, unfortunately, were not incorporated into the Bill 136 at committee. But I'm going to offer them again today because I see them as an important step that this government could take, at least in the regulatory aspect, as they develop them and move forward with them. So the first one, Speaker, is that important work has been done federally to prohibit whales and dolphins from being held or bred in captivity. And there's a potential loophole that's been brought to my attention in this bill that could open the door for the province to issue a license permitting the breeding of captive ocean animals for scientific research, or to have them forced to perform tricks for human entertainment. And this should be closed. Second, the government needs to have a plan for the regulations to be developed to cover zoos and breeders. And finally, we should be following the lead of other provinces to ban cosmetic mutilations that do harm to animals for no reason other than their aesthetics. And I want to just comment, my colleague from Davenport just went into some detail on some of those for those who want more details. But the work actually doesn't stop even in incorporating these into the regulation, Speaker. I want to just ask a few questions that the Guelph Humane Society has asked me and that I think the government needs to answer as we move forward with animal welfare protections. The first is, what will happen to animals that are protected under the new Act? Where will they go? Who or how will they be housed? And will there be enough budget to provide them veterinarian care and other essential care? These are all important questions that need to be asked if we're truly going to fulfill the promise of Bill 136. So, Speaker, I'll be voting for Bill 136, but I'll also be working hard to hold the government accountable that when they bring forward these regulations, they address the concerns that I've brought up and other members have brought up in this chamber, that they address the concerns that animal welfare advocates have raised, so we can truly have a system that protects animals properly in this province. Thank you, Speaker.